And I rise to give a yes vote explanation for this initiative. And I want to commend and thank the people of the state of Michigan, the more than 500,000 people that got together and organized and signed a petition to bring this important issue before the legislature for us to consider. Last year obviously presented quite a few different challenges, one of which was the unilateral seizure of power by one person in this state government. No matter what the challenges we face, no matter how hard the task is, it is not an appropriate excuse or substitute to say that one person can continuously govern and make rules that have the force of law over the rest of us and completely bypass the other branches of government. Thankfully, the Michigan Supreme Court struck down this law already. You want to talk about issues that are moot or no longer important? A number of my colleagues on the other side spoke in opposition to this and said they were going to vote no on this initiative today for a law that has already been determined to be unconstitutional by our state Supreme Court. Another one of our colleagues said that this issue was complicated or masked in secrecy or something to that effect. I wanted to read it aloud just to demonstrate how easy this proposal is. Simply says that it will repeal 1945 Public Act 302, MCL 10.31 to 10.33 is repealed. That is a direct verbatim quote of what this proposal does. If that is too complicated for members of this body, I can walk them through a longer form explanation if they so choose. It's also important to recognize that we already have another Emergency Powers Act on the books in Michigan. Public Act 390 of 1976 will remain in effect unencumbered by this initiative before us today. That gives broad authority to the executive branch to act in areas where there are true emergencies. It, however, does recognize the role of the legislature and says that any extension beyond 28 days of emergency power need to be extended by the legislature. That balances the immediate need risk of the issue in front of us with the important protection of the separation of powers for the people here in our state to advocate and talk about their position on this. 1 year ago this weekend, I went out to a park in my district to collect signatures for this initiative. I was unsure of how many people were going to sign up. It was the first public signing petition drive for this initiative, and I was shocked to find that nearly 600 people came from 21 different counties across Michigan to sign this initiative. They knew what they were signing. They weren't confused about what they were getting into. They knew exactly what they were doing. I also sponsored Senate Bill 857 last year that was vetoed by this governor that would accomplish the exact same thing that this initiative before us does today. This initiative represents a people's veto of this governor and the unlimited power that she's tried to claim during this pandemic. I encourage a yes vote, and I'm proud of the people of the state of Michigan for bringing this forward. Thank you, Mr. President, and I would like my remarks printed in the Journal.